Hello everyone, welcome to Divine World of Education. Uh, I am Tripathi. I will be your guide and teacher in the series of CBSE Class 12 English. In the series that we are going to begin, we will generally work on 18 to 20 videos, and in these videos we will be focusing on the chapters and the topics that are there in our English syllabus. Your syllabus will be covered according to the board syllabus, in which we have the topics of literature and as well as language. Some topics of writing skills are also included. And now let us see how we are going to do it. Today we are going to begin the first video, and in this first video we will do three topics. We'll cover three topics of literature. The first topic will be the last lesson. The second topic will be your lost discipline. And the third topic will be there's a poem, My Mother at 66. So these are basically the three topics that we are going to cover in today's class. So let's begin with the first topic, that is the last lesson. We should begin with this. So what we are going to cover in each topic, that is important for you to know. The first thing that we will cover is a little information about the author. The second thing we will cover is characters. The third thing we will cover is a clear summary. The fourth thing we will cover is themes. And the fifth thing that we will cover is your question and answers. So this is the way that we will continue each and every topic. So let's see the first topic, the last lesson. And as I have already written, like what aspects we are going to look at each and every topic. The first aspect is about the author. So we'll see that first. So the chapter, the last lesson is written by the author called Alphonse Daudet. He is a French author, French writer. And this chapter, the last lesson particularly talks about a real historical event. So we have a real historical event in this chapter, that is event, which is your Franco-Prussian War. And this Franco-Prussian War happened from 1870 to 71. So this is a little information about the author and some things about the topic. Now we will see the second thing, that is the characters of the topic. Now let us see which are they. So there are generally two characters in this topic. The one is, there are some others also, but the two are the important characters. Number one is Franz. Number two is M. Hamlet. So these are the two characters. Now, friends, now when we read the chapter, when we go through the text, then we find that the first person point of view used for narration, and he is the narrator of the story. He is the narrator of the chapter. Now, he is a schoolboy actually. The second author, the second character of the chapter is M. Hamel. He is a French teacher. Or a teacher who teaches French language. Now, he's quite educated, you can say. He has taught in the same place since 40 years. And now a very big incident is going to happen with him. Then we'll see what is that. So this was about the important character. There are other characters also are there. There's an old Hauser is a character, but then these are the important ones. Now we can see the third aspect of it. Now the third aspect, as I promised you to look at, is a clear summary. So, because the exams are near, I hope you have already read about the chapter, you have already read the text, so we'll see only about the summary, that some points in the summary. So now, the first thing that we see that there is, when the chapter opens, that we see this Franz, he moves towards schools, right? On the way, he sees bulletin board. You can see there's a crowd near bulletin board. Now, what is bulletin board? Actually, bulletin board is a kind of board as we have sometimes a notice board or something. So in this chapter also, there is a bulletin board in the town hall where all the incident or event from the war, like as you know that we have already talked about this Franco-Prussian war was going on. So all the news they write here, they post here the news, right? So the people, they get aware of the things, whatever are the town people, the village people. So, and even he said that all the bad news come from there, because you can say that that their town, like let me write the name of the town, which towns are mentioned here, this Alsace and Lorraine. Yes. So these towns were mentioned here, these towns are there, and these are actually the French towns, but there was a war going on between France and Prussia. It's one part of Germany. So now there's a war was going on, and later this France was defeated, and these towns were taken by Prussia, right? And we will see that. And now after this, what happens? Then now this France, he reaches to school. But today when he reaches to school, then the things are very different today. You can say that the environment is very different than usual days. Why? Because the classes are silent. The classes are silent. Then there is his teacher. His teacher is also not in the dress or in uniform which he wears on usual days. He has worn a special dress today, right? You can see that. What does he wears? He wears a green coat, comma, frilled shirt and a black cap. So this is what he is wearing today, but he doesn't wear it every day, these things. Now, what happens, the boy enters in the class, he goes and sits to his place, and in the earlier days, he was given a topic to be asked by the teacher. He was given to be prepared on participles, which he was not able to do. So he was scared also that when his turn would come, then what he would reply. Now, later what happens that he goes near the teacher and he tried to recite, but he messed up everything. So then what happens after this, that the teacher, he made a very important announcement now, which is the most important part of this chapter is that what he announced that French will not be taught anymore. So now what he announced that now the French will not be taught anymore to them, and their language will be German now. This will be their language from now onwards, because I told you that the war was going on and Germany, or you can say Prussia, they defeated this France. So now this German will be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. And now when it was heard by this France, he feels very distressed. He becomes very distressed. And you can say that here that all the people, or even one more thing was very unusual today, that at the back of the classes, old people were sitting, or you can say that old people from the town were sitting. So why they had come here? They had come here only to just attend this last lesson, because now here the name of the topic is justify here. The last lesson here means that this was the last lesson which was delivered by M. Hamel of French language. Now afterwards there will be no French lesson. Now the German lessons will be there. So this is basically the means of the last lesson here. Now even he feels very tense, he feels very distressed here, and he has a regret also that he wasn't able to learn his language very properly, because he missed his classes many times. And here the teacher, he blames also. The teacher here blames also. The teacher blames himself because he went on holidays. The teacher blames himself because he went on holidays. He also blamed the parents, sent the children to the work rather to come to classes. So he blames them, because now if the children would not be able to learn their language, then it is even the children are responsible, yes, and even he himself also thinks that he is responsible, because he has taken holidays and he did not, sometimes he did not take his classes, and even the children also, they were sent by the parents for the work, not to attend the classes, right? So this is here. Now, at the end of the chapter, while he like concludes, he said that Viva la France. That means here this long live France. So here the chapter ends. So this is the some important points of the summary. Now we can go to the next thing, next aspect of it, and that is your the third aspect of this is your themes that we are going to see here. Themes. So, what are the themes of this? They are very clear because we have already talked about the something. The first we come that is the importance of language and culture. The next can be your importance of education is. The third can be yours loss and regret. It can also be your linguistic identity, which I would say that this is very important, and even it has been emphasized by the narrator, by the author. You can say that even in the topic as well, when one plays this Hamel, he himself says that the language is a very important aspect of their identity. As much as somebody keeps a hold on his language, he always has a key to the prison. Right, so this language plays a very important role in one's identity. Fine. So now these are the themes. Now we can see how we will approach to the questions. If the questions will be asked in your exam, so let us see. So there are so many things that can be asked, but generally the main questions can be according of your themes or the message, what the message gives to you, what message gives you to the chapter. The next can be your cultural, about the cultural identity, about your linguistic identity. It can also be about values, what values you learn from the chapter. So now let us see the first thing, like you can, if any question comes like we can describe as Hamel as a teacher, if I say to you, right? So now, how you will write this? See, this is a you can say that one subject is given to you. Now, how will you write it? The first thing that, like, if it is a short answer, you can write it. Like I'm going to write some keywords here. But if it is a long answer, then how you can approach to it? See, in a long answer, it is very important for you to give an introduction of it. Introduction of what? Like introduction you can include your about little part about the lesson, about the chapter. Then you can talk about Hamel, right? So because we are mainly discussing here, Hamel is a teacher. So here we have to focus on Hamel more. A little things, some things can be talked about the chapter, maybe 2-3 lines, but then Hamel. Now, how you will write this? You will talk about his qualities. Now, you can say that he was dedicated. he was sincere also, right? Then he has a kind of patriotistic quality in himself, because through his lectures, you can say when we see the last lesson, then in that also he has promoted the language and culture and the importance of our nation also, right? So now these things can be written. Then he also supports cultural identity. So these are the keywords that you can use and you can make your answer. Now the next thing we can come to, this is your question part is done. His values, what values does it teach to you if I ask you? The values that it teaches is like importance of language, yes it is. Patriotism, that it teaches you patriotism also. Then it teaches to you importance of time also. Then it also teaches you problem of delaying, or you can say that procrastination, you can write it. So these are the values that were taught by the chapter. So this was all the things are covered here. Now we will move to the another part, that is the another topic, the second topic that we have today. The same sequence will be also followed for the second topic as it was followed for the first, and I hope you have understood it well because I tried to write everything here. Now the second is the lost spring, or you can say only the lost spring, LOST SPRING, lost spring. This. So yes, we will definitely discuss about the, as I told you, like the first thing will be about the author only, like about the author. Right, this is the first thing that we are going to do. But first we will see that what is actually this lost spring, right? So those who have read, they can get some idea what is actually the lost spring. But those who haven't read, they, like we are going to see here. Now spring, what can be spring according to you? Spring is what? Like we have winter also, we have summer also. And the spring is a season of where everything blooms, right? When the new things blooms. So you can say that it can be something related to the childhood. Now childhood is also very connected with the, like it has the same way of going on as it is of spring, right? So now here lost spring means here this lost childhood. Actually this childhood is lost. Lost childhood doesn't mean here that somebody is not going to live through the days. It is not like that, but it is like that. The childhood is something, is a time when we enjoy a lot and we do not worry much. Like we don't have any responsibility, not much responsibility. Some we can have, but not much. But here, what is here is the characters that we are going to see in this story. They have actually lost their childhood. I mean, you can say that they have got so many responsibilities on their shoulders that they did not enjoy their childhood as they must, right? As we enjoy our childhood. Okay? So now, let us see this. We have about the author first. Now, this who is the author actually, this Anish Young is the spelling is Jung, but the pronunciation is Young is the pronunciation. So now Anish Young is the pronunciation, and now she is I mean a female author. She is an Indian, right? And she focuses more on the lives of the underprivileged people. She focuses more on the lives of underprivileged people. And the same thing has been done here also when we read about the both parts. Now, the Lost Spring, this chapter actually has two parts, fine. It has two parts, like we can write here. It has two parts. The chapter has two parts, right? Part one is sometimes I find a rupee in garbage. This is the first part, and the second part is you can say that I want to become a motor mechanic. So these are the two parts. Now these both parts, they are, you can say that they are ruled by, or there is an important character in both of the parts. In the first part we have, this first part is sometimes I find a rupee in a garbage. So now I am just erasing this part 2 from here, and here also. So we have this Sahib-e-Alam, right? So he is the important character of this Sahib-e-Alam, or you can say that the hero or the protagonist, everything he does in this. The other children also are there, but they are not of much importance. So he is actually what he is a rag picker. He is a rag picker, and actually he is a small boy also who migrated. A small boy migrated from Bangladesh due to poverty. Fine. So when we talk about the character, then this is the character Sahib-e-Alam, and he is a rag picker. You know what is rag picker? So or who is a rag picker? Now what he does here is actually he search something in garbage because he is a rat. Because sometimes he said that he said this garbage is gold. Garbage as gold. Why does he say garbage is gold? Because it is a mean of his survival, right? So it is a mean of his survival. And as I told you, I have already told you, like sometimes I find a rupee in garbage. This sentence he says when he talks to the author, this Anish Young, and we have already seen it that there are two statements. Like this statement is given by and Anish Young, she personally goes and meets to this boy in the there's a place where this where he lives is Simapuri. Now, the Simapuri place is in Delhi now, actually, as it is mentioned in the chapter. So now, here he picks the rag, or here he whatever this he's a rag picker there. So now of Simapuri. Now afterwards we see that like there's a conversation, long conversation is going on, but then this Anish, she realizes that he is underprivileged. In what way? Like because he has never been educated. He has no fixed home also. And like he is not very sure about his you can say that about his future also, because what he wants to do, what he wills to do, he doesn't have any idea. But he is happy because sometimes he finds everything in the garbage. Now afterwards we see that in the end of the story or in the end of the part 1, we see that like he works as he starts working at a tea stall where he at a tea stall where he gets you can say 800 rupees per month, but his freedom is lost now, because now so now earlier when he was working, you can say when he was a rag picker, then he was enjoying it also, he was doing it at his own way. But now here, this what is there is his freedom is lost now, because he has been hired by somebody, so he has to do the things as they say or whatever they want him to do. Now this was the first story. So we have seen the character, we have seen the summary also. Now we can see the themes of this. So let's see. Part 1. So the first is like social justice is there. Then inequality is there. Then poverty is there. Then we also have this child labor here. We also hear this child labor. So these are the what is it called, your themes for part 1. Now we will move to part 2 now. What is that is like I want to become a motor mechanic. So let us see that. Part 2. Now, let's see, this lost discipline. Now the character, the important character of part 2 is your Mukesh is the name of the boy. Fine? Mukesh is the name of the boy, and he is actually from he is a bangle maker, you can say, from Firozabad. So this, we are going to talk about this now, this Mukesh. Yeah. So he is he is the character, the important character in this part. And now we will see what other things are there, like the summary we are going to see now, because we have already seen your characters here. And now we will see the summary here. So again, this is, what is this? Firozabad is the place. And now this Anish Young, she goes and sees the situation of the bangle makers, whatever, who are there at Firozabad. So now, what all things she sees here, that she sees that there are this, what is it called? There's, they are in very poor condition, or like the children and the families are in a very poor condition of the family. The bangle makers family have very poor conditions, and the lifestyle is very, you can say that as they will never grow, or they don't have any kind of optimism, it feels like that by looking at them. But this is not the case with Mukesh. Now even there are these glass furnaces are there. There are this, what is it called? There are your dark rooms are there. So as we know that which work they do, they make the bangles. So now for making bangles, they have to use the furnaces and they melt the glasses. Now they are the dark rooms are there. Their lifestyle is somewhere, it's indicating the darkness in their life, like how dark is their life and how everything is gonna to work out for them. It's very difficult, right? So even the life itself is symbolizing. You can say that the dark room, the furnace, and the living style. Everything is symbolizing that condition. Now, like which is not very good. And now, but there is a case. There's a different case with Mukesh. Now, when this the author, she talks to Mukesh, then there's something different. It's like he is very optimistic, and that he said that like he wants to become a motor mechanic. Right. So this is something positive. Like you can say, even the lifestyle is, you can say that what are the conditions, what are the lives, what is the lifestyle. But then also he wants to become a motor mechanic. So that is something very positive. And but even he wants to become, but he is not able to do that. Why? Because of his, you can say why he is not able to do that? Because of this tradition, or you can say this family tradition. Now the family tradition is make bangles, so it is very difficult for him to go somewhere else. Now the another thing is poverty also. Now even he wants to do that, but this he is not able to because of his situation. Now the third thing is like there is an exploitation also, a lot of exploitation. Like this is something different has been told here rather than part 1. So now exploitation by middlemen. Now here you can say this: the lawyers will be there, the politicians will be there, the policemen will be there. So now they are very exploited, and then that is why they are not able to grow up. So now even he wants to become a motor mechanic, but and because of these all things, the traditional family tradition and the poverty and exploitation, their life is caught in a vicious circle. Now, like I mean, everything is you can say that the life is trapped in vicious circle. So now this is again what is it, the summary, and even at the end there is a possibility that he wants to become, but then it is even Anish, she is very hopeless that how it would be possible because these things are already going on with them. And even one of the family members of this Sahib, she also tells that how their life has been, and and these are all the conditions that these are the problems that they face, and because of these things they are not able to do. Fine. So now we can see. Now we can look at again the themes, because even you can see that the author, this Anisham, she chooses mainly the same things for her work. So now even the things are here same, but we can here see once. So. So again, the first thing is very important, that is poverty. Yes, definitely is there. The second is here, this child labor is also here. The third thing is here, exploitation. Exploitation of underprivileged. Right. So these all things are there. Now we are going to see the part, the another section of this, the third section, that is my mother at 66. That's a poem. So now these two were the chapters. These were the prose chapters. Even the poem is also there in the same book. The Flamenco is the name of the book, as you already know. So now this is the third thing that we are going to do is your My Mother at 66 now. Alright, so first thing that as we always do is about the author. So who is the author? Kamla Das is the author. Kamla Das. Kamla Das is the author. Now she is again a lady. She is an Indian author, and she is a confessional author. Confessional. CONFESS. Confessional poet and Indian, right? So she is a confessional poet. Now, if you talk about confessional poet is what? So confessional is like an author who writes about very private and personal things. Personal life events, right? So they are called the confessional authors. Now here in this poem, My Mother at 66, she doesn't talk something very personal, but yes, she talks about a real life incident. So this poem is again a real life incident. Which we are going to see right now. It's My Mother at 66. So this was about the author. Now if you talk about characters, then characters here, like there are two characters are there. Now one is your Kamla Das, she herself is there. Now the another is her mother is there. So now these are the two characters here. Now there is nobody else, yeah. So Kamla Das and her mother. Now we will see, as we have seen about the author, we have seen this what is confessional, how many characters are there. Now we will see the summary, like it's recording, so we should see that summary of the poem. Summary. Okay. Yes. So what we have seen here as the poem opens, this Kamla Das, she is sitting besides her mother, and they are in a car. Right? And now, sorry, and she is driving. Kamala is driving the car, and now they are going maybe from their home to the airport, right? So now their home can this Kochi, maybe, right? And then they are going to this airport. So while she goes, I mean, on the way, she just looks at, suddenly she gets a glimpse of her mother. She looks at her mother, and her mother, that time her mother face is, she dozes, right? Her mother dozes, D-O-Z-E-S, and her face is very wan and pale. You can say that weak face, right? And when she sees at the weak face of her mother, she becomes very, you can say that, what is it called? She becomes very scared or very tense, right? And now then she compares her mother to a corpse. C-O-R, like, wait a minute, I'm going to get here. Mother to a corpse. C-O-R-P-S-E now. Now, mother is, what is corpse? Corpse is used for the dead body, fine? Fine? So now, why she does so? Because her mother is in a condition, and she is looking like that. She doesn't have vigor. Now, when you can say lifelessness, right? Here. Fine? So this is lifelessness. Now, then suddenly she becomes very upset, and because she thinks that how fast her mother has become very old, very aged, right? Then she becomes tensed, and because to be away from that idea, she looks out of the car, right? Because I mean it's something disturbing to her. So to get some refreshing, she looks out, right, of the car. And while she looks out, what things she sees? Like she sees that sprinting trees. Right? And then she sees the children coming out of the houses. So I should write here. This is houses here. So she sees sprinting trees and children coming out of the houses. Now, if you see that, this is very opposite what she has seen earlier. Now, she has seen her mother as a dead body. Now, this is something lifeless, right? And now here, sprinting trees. Now, sprinting trees is like something, you can say that lively, right? Lively, you can write here. So, this is, okay? So, this is something lively here. So, now she becomes happy again because now her mood is changed. She has seen something that can inspire her rather than suppressing her. So now finally what happens after these things, she reaches to the airport, and then when she is getting separated from her mother, because her mother has to go away. So now when she was getting separated, then she again at the end she again looks at her mother, and now again mother is in the same condition, you can say that aging, right? And she becomes upset one more time here. But what she does here, she hides her emotions, fine? Because the mother is looking at her. So she hides her emotions and she just says, see you soon, Amma, right? This is what she says here. She hides her emotions and she says, see you soon, Amma. Goodbye, see you soon, Amma, right? So now, and here the poem also closes. So now, why it has all that? And yes, in the end also, when she looks at her mother ages and she compares her mother with late winter's moon. This is something important that you should know. She compares her mother with late winter's moon. So now this was why these things have been told to you, like why it has been during your chapter. It can be like something to make you acquainted with the emotions of an author towards the aged parents. Now, how do they feel, and when they feel this, then how they come out of those kind of emotions? How do they deal with those kind of emotions? So now these things are there. Now, yes, we should talk about the themes now, because the summary is done here. So yes, emotional maturity, yes, it can be that. Who is emotionally mature here? This Kamala Das is emotionally mature, right? Now, then can be this fear of separation is there. Fear of separation is there because she was very scared that her mother is growing older day by day and so faster, then how she will be able to live without her if something wrong happens. Then also is there this aging, or this old age. Then we have this emotional support to old parents or something. Right? So these all things are there. Now these are the basic themes that you should know. If you talk about this, apart from there is this vigor, the liveliness also there, because we see some symbols of trees are there, the children coming out of the houses, they represent the liveliness also there. So this is all there. Now we should see that if any question comes, then how do we approach it? So if any question comes, like we can take here as a, like we can take Kamala Das, it's like as the sensible daughter. So how do you write about it? Like yes, I would say that this very good example of this book is a very good example of daughter and mother bond, the bond between daughter and mother. So now how we can deal with this sensible daughter, right? So now the first thing you see that how she like deals with emotions. That this is important that you can write, right? How she deals with emotions. She doesn't show them to her aged mother, and now because the mother can also may not be happy to see that. So now how she deals with emotions. Now she first thing that, so there are two kinds, like one is like internal dealing and one is an outer dealing, right? So now internally also she deals, and then at an outer, deals at outer level. Outer level. Fine. So now, how internally you can see that even when she gets upset, or when she sees it in the car and she looks at mother, she gets upset, but she looks outside. I mean, so that somewhere she can convince herself first, like everything is fine, everything is going to be fine. And the another thing is outer level is that while she looks at the mother, and at the end of when she says goodbye, that she looks at the mother, and this mother also can see her, or you can say that she mother can see her problems, but then she just says goodbye, see you soon, Amma, so that that cannot be taken seriously. Her emotions cannot be taken seriously by the mother herself. So now this is the way. The another thing you can say that she is very caring or responsible. Why? How can you say? Because she herself is driving the car and leaving her mother to the airport. So it's also such that she is very caring or responsible. Another thing is that again emotionally mature, or you can say that emotionally sensible. If she understands the aging effect of other human beings or her own mother, that means she has somewhere many emotions in herself, only then she can understand the others' things or topics. Fine. So now these are the basically these things you can include while you write this answer on this particular. So these are the keywords. So now whenever any question, any topic comes, then we should find out that what are the different things, different keywords that we can include. So now if you talk about this is a long answer, so you should first introduce a little bit of author. Then you can talk about the Kamla Das as a as a poet in the poem what she does. And then these are the points that you can take one point and you can write one paragraph, and at the end when concluded how she is dealing. If you have any kind of quote, if you can learn some quote or some lines from the poem, that is very good, like you can write about that also, like in a short answer. So now you can write some quote also for it, right? So now this is these were the three topics that we have done today. And the last session, the lost spring and another 66. I hope you have understood them well. Now, in the another lecture of this series, we will do in the same way. Like we will take two topics of prose and one of poem. So now in this way, and then we will also cover what is it called, your topics of language also. So now I hope you understood well, and thank you for this listening and watching, and please keep watching it so that you can do well in your board exams. Some things I would definitely say that what you can do in your board exam while you write answers, you should always include the introduction part. You can explain and you can connect your points through the themes. Like you can relate, you can give some relevant examples from the text also, that your answer can be good. If whatever you are writing, you can relate it with the textual examples or things. Thank you so much.